The role of small-scale businesses in the development of Nigerian economy has made it very possible for firms to depend less on imported goods or materials. Small businesses also serve as a training school for indigenous entrepreneurs and provide the opportunity for acquisition of skills for a large number of workers. Therefore, the importance of small businesses to the Nigerian youth cannot be overemphasized. Thanks for joining us today on TV and Business Daily. I am Chiwendu Isisiago, and today we shall be discussing on the Nigerian youth and small businesses. But before we go on with that, let's look at the business stories making headlines. The impact of COVID-19 pandemic is estimated to cost Nigeria and other oil exporters in Africa a total of about $34 billion in revenue. According to the International Monetary Fund, the projected decline in revenue is attributable to the dwindling global crude oil prices. The IMF Director, Africa Department, Abebe Selisi, disclosed this at the African Ministerial Roundtable on COVID-19 impact on the energy sector in Africa. The fund noted that African governments would be under intense budget pressure and rising debt burden, adding that such burden would be higher among oil exporting countries. It said if the pandemic persists, it could transform profoundly the demand for energy. The National Assembly and electricity distribution companies have asked the federal government to subsidize electricity consumption. The discourse had on Monday told the National Assembly leadership that the only condition to halt tariff hike was the federal government to bear the difference between the current tariff and the proposed one. The President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawa, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbagajimilamila, on Tuesday insisted that the planned hike in electricity tariff in the country was not timely. But lawmakers were in the presidential villa to meet President Muhammadu Buhari. Although details of the meeting were not disclosed, the lawmakers may not have spoken to the president on the imperative of the subsidy. The federal government is looking to generate an annual revenue of 1 trillion naira from the collection of stamp duties. It disclosed this on Tuesday at the inauguration of the Inter-Ministerial Committee on Audit and Recovery of Bank Years Stamp Duties in Abuja. It said the committee was part of moves to recover a backlog of unremitted revenues occurring to it through stamp duties tax in the last 5 years. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Bas Mustafa, who represented the President Muhammad Buhari, noted that there was a assurance that the collection from stamp duties would be second to oil revenue. He explained that in the face of dwindling oil revenue and the global shift from oil-dependent technological products, it was more compelling to begin to think about how to safeguard the future of the country. The federal government has disclosed plans to force the digital satellite television owned by MultiChoice, a South Africa-based cable service provider, to provide pay-per-view options to Nigerian subscribers. The government also said it has amended Nigerian's broadcasting code to prevent DSTV from mobilizing its channels and content. This is just as the House of Representatives ordered the Nigerian Broadcasting Commission to ask DSTV to reverse its subscription rate introduced on June 1st, 2020. The House has been pomming DSTV for allegedly cheating its Nigerian subscribers by restricting them to be paid plans. And that's the business news on Television Nigerian. I am Chiwendu Isisiago. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back shortly.
My name is Chiwendu Osisiago, presenter Television Nigerian Business Daily. In a globalizing world, ours is to keep you engaged, informed and educated on contemporary happenings in the business world. We therefore command a special audience of business-minded viewers who are eager to know more about business, I mean your business. Why don't you take advantage of our special affordable offer to let the world know about your concepts, your goods, and of course, your services. You can call us on 080-3071-6959 or 070-3234-9054. You can also visit us at Television Nigerian in Guzapi, Abuja, and follow us on all our social media handles on Facebook, YouTube, and of course, on Twitter at Television Nigerian. Your business is our concern.
Thanks for staying with us, and if you're just joining us, it's still TV and Business Daily. Like I said earlier, we shall be discussing on the Nigerian youth and small businesses. My guest is here in the studio and will be espousing more on this. She is an entrepreneur and also a public analyst, Ms. Rukayat Mohammed. You're welcome to TV and Business.
Thank you very much. This is not my first time here.
Okay.
Remember, I came last year or so.
Yes. And I must confess, you look very gorgeous.
Thank you. You look good too.
Thank you. First and foremost, what are the side hustles Nigerian youth mostly get themselves involved in?
Side hustles. All side hustles will be categorized under small businesses. So small businesses are like businesses that are independently run and owned by private individuals with very low number of employees and low revenues. So the examples of small businesses run by Nigerian, there are plenty, but let me just categorize them. They do food, drinks, beauty, fashion, freelance writing, all of that. Errands, logistics, yes, shoemaking. Shoemaking is under fashion. Okay, I just try to, compound them. Okay. Because if we're going to mention, I can mention like 100 right now. Okay. Yes, there's drinks. Yeah, I've said the events. Under fashion, we have the shoe bags. What have you? Clothes. More, yeah. There are plenty. There are plenty.
So with this COVID-19, how do you think these small businesses have actually thrived at this period?
No, it's been challenging. I run a small business too, so I know it's been challenging because there's absolutely little demand. Supplies are cut short because some things you have to get them interstate. Supplies are cut short. If the supply is not even cut short, to get your stuff, the prices have hiked. So the COVID-19 has really affected. People are even thinking of how to survive, so they are not even interested in buying your goods. They are just thinking of next thing, how to survive, the food to eat. They are, the COVID-19 did not come with any warning. It didn't prepare us, so it just came and people are overwhelmed. So your business, everybody just keep it one side. Everybody's thinking of what next. Yes, so the supply has been very, very cut short. Demand is low. Businesses have been slow and prices of things are so hiked.
Right. So how have these small businesses helped to solve the problem of unemployment and underemployment?
It has helped a lot too, because the youth of Nigeria, they've come to the realization that they cannot wait for white-collar job. I don't know how they do it, but they've spoken to themselves and seen how they can help themselves. So you owning a small business, you are already employing yourself. One way or the other, directly or indirectly, as the business grows, you are going to employ 1, 2, 3, or 4 people that they are going to assist you, because as it's growing, you are not going to be able to handle everything. So that's being said, you are going to indirectly employ people like the logistics, the people doing your raw material if you are not the one involved, the people selling your equipment, installation, all of those things. So it has reduced the number of unemployed. At least if you are doing a small business, you are not going to call yourself unemployed. You are going to say, I'm an entrepreneur. And when the small business does well, you see that most of them they are not even interested in the white collar job again. So it has helped. It will not press the government. We need job, we need job, we need job.
Okay, a lot of people lost their job with this COVID-19 and intends to start a small business. But the problem they have now is the fund. As an entrepreneur that you are, how did you start your business? Like, how did you get funds for this business?
I was speaking with somebody yesterday about challenges of SMEs, and the person was calling capital. To me, I feel capital should not be a problem if you have a good business plan. If your business plan is sweet and you show 1, 2, 3, you have families, you could take a loan. You understand? I don't think you should depend on capital. Is not going to fall from above. You getting your capital is part of you doing the business. It's like the first step. So I think you could get loans from the bank. You could even start small. You don't have to go and start big. Start small, but think big. You will try your best to. You will see that